So now we are in the 390th Memorial Museum, which I'm told by the people out front is actually a complete separate and distinct museum.
Huh.
Although it falls under the umbrella.
Yeah.
So it's just one admission to get in, but it is apparently a completely separate museum. So they have a restored B-17 here. Probably not flyable based on the fact that it can't leave the building because it's blocked in. But is amazingly restored. So let's see what it says here.
But
did not have a ladder to get in or out. That's it for your convenience and others. Yeah. They would grab it out with both hands, and then they flip themselves up the feet first upside down. Because this is a crawl space, you can't stand up. So navigate and bombardier would get in here. I'm sorry? Yeah, the shackles, if they would have bumped down, it's put in here.
But that's it, just that.
Yeah, on this side.
Still.
Actually, so we do a bomb drop demonstration. We reconnect the wires, and then this will drop the bomb.
Okay, so it squeezes them to release the open ears up. So when they loaded them, did they load them in from here to from up top?
They start at the top, work their way down.
Work their way down? Okay. Oh, that's awesome. So this is still fun.
We have the ball turret. Yeah, dude would sit in here to operate the machine guns. Get a great version of the ball gunner from the movie Memphis Belle. Okay, so we got some timeline on the aircraft here. So it was accepted by the U.S. Army Air Forces on July 13th, 1945. So Germany had already surrendered. And the B-29 was the primary bomber. So this bomber just stayed in the United States. It's eventually transferred to the Coast Guard and modified for aerial photography. It was then sold to a civilian company who used it as an agricultural sprayer or a very large crop duster. It was later modified as an air tanker to drop water and fire retardant over wildfires. And it was acquired by the museum in 1980, where it was restored and then put on display. Okay, we can't get inside, but we can take a look. Here we can see the waist gunner positions right there. And we can see the inside of the tail gunner over here. So the series Masters of the Air and then Memphis Belle and 12 O'Clock High are some great movies to watch. The 12 O'Clock High did not really have a lot of, I don't recall it having a lot of aerial combat scenes though. This is the tail gunner position here. Looks like there's a seat right there. In fact, these guys flew in these things for, I don't know how many, 6-8 hour long missions. It's insane. So we get a front version of the ball turret. Okay, here we have a top turret on a B-17 set out for separate display. This is pretty incredible. So we can see it located right there. If I can move the camera. Here we go. Okay, so we can see the top turret located right there between the two engines. And here we have it separate out. It's also manned by the flight engineer who doubled up as a gunner. It's an electrically powered turret, and it could spin complete 360 at a rate of 45 degrees per second. So this particular turret was recovered off of a crashed B-17 in Iceland. Okay, now this part I found really cool. So it was basically a list of planes that flew with nose art in the nicknames and a little bit of what happened to the crew. So for example, we have Stark's Ark right here. From 37 missions, shot down on May 28th, 1944. 1 man killed in action, 8 taken prisoner, and 1 man evaded capture.
Look at that. You could not extend your legs. You just had to kneel for hours.
Yeah. Well, they gave you padding to kneel on.
It doesn't matter. Any sitting in that position for hours.
Yeah.
And it's freezing cold.
Yeah. That's crazy. I mean, you could kind of get up and stretch a little bit at times during the flight, but
Hopefully.
still, wow.
That's terrible.